Have you fallen in the last year? Or maybe a loved one of yours has fallen in and around their home? Or maybe you're somebody that's just beginning to age and you don't feel as steady on your feet as you used to. If any of that sounds familiar, this video is going to be great for you. I'm Dr. Putney from Wellington Family Chiropractic, and today I want to talk about fall prevention and a surprising fact that can predict your risk of falling. So falling in the elderly is a problem. They've tracked this, and senior citizens 70 and older, nearly 40% of them will fall at least once a year. And these falls can be minor falls to where they just have some scratches or strains and sprains. But sometimes worse things happen and they have fractures to bones, and then that can lead to medical bills, but hospital stays, and at other times a downward spiral in their health. So this is an important thing to understand and predict if you can. And so they've done studies where they've looked at large groups of senior citizens and tried to figure out exactly why some fall and some don't. They did a study of where they tracked 300 older adults, and what they did was they compared the ones that fell to the ones that didn't fall. So they had fallers and non-fallers. And what they found was the people that didn't fall had 20% more strength in their toes. And so the interesting thing was the toe strength was 20% greater, but they looked at the quad strength in the fallers versus the non-fallers. Quad strength was relatively the same. They looked at ankle strength, and it was relatively the same, but this one factor stood out, and that was how strong the person's toes were actually predicted their risk of falling. So one of the number one predictors is actually how strong your toes are. So how can you determine whether or not you have good toe strength? Well, as we begin to age, we can lose up to 35% of the strength in our toes. And again, this is going to increase our risk of falling. So what I want to do today is show you a quick assessment and explain how you can kind of determine this on your own, and then a really good, easy exercise that anybody can do at home to improve your balance and your toe strength and hopefully decrease the risk of falling. Okay, so what's an easy way we can assess our toe strength and hopefully come up with a way to reduce our risk of falling in the future? So what they did in this study was they looked at folks, the older adults' anterior fall envelope. And all that means is this fancy way of saying they had these people stand straight up, keeping their body straight, and had them lean out without bending, lean out over their toes. And so the farther I can lean forward without falling, the bigger my anterior falling envelope. So it's just a measure of how far can I lean forward without my heels popping off the ground. What they found was the larger the fall envelope, the less likely those people were to fall. And if you think about this, if you think about like daily activities, we do a lot of reaching and looking forward. And if your fall envelope is very small, so you can only get to here before you fall forward and lose your balance versus being able to lean way out here, you're going to be much more likely throughout the day to fall because we do a lot of things out in front of us. So the bigger fall envelope you have, the less likely you are to fall and the better toe strength you have. So what's a way we can work on this? Well, there's an exercise called Valet's exercise. And literally it looks just like what we just did. What you want to do at home is make sure you're in front of a wall and get out a little bit from the wall. And that's just going to be there for your protection so that you don't fall when you reach the end of your capacity of leaning forward. You're going to keep your legs straight. Don't bend your knees. Legs are straight. Heels are on the ground. Spread those toes out. Arms at your side. Keep your body straight and lean as far as you can. And what you want to do is stop right before your heels pop up. And you'll hold this position for 5 seconds and come back. And typically what we want our patients to do is to do 20 repetitions of these 5-second holds every single day. And again, for some of you, you may not have strong toes. As soon as you start to go out, your heels pop up. That's fine. Just go to the end of your fall envelope or that range we talk about and try to push it and hold, knowing that you can always catch yourself on the wall. So you're leaning out, keeping your body straight as far as you can. Again, 5-second holds 20 repetitions a day. A key factor here is, again, we don't want to be bending at the waist. We're keeping the body straight, leaning out over the toes, and you want to feel most of your pressure of your body weight through the big toe. That should be digging into the ground or pushing down the most. You should feel most of that in the big toe, and then you come back. It's an easy exercise. Anybody can do it at home. It's safe as long as you're in front of a wall. It will strengthen your toes, hopefully reduce your risk of falls, and should help all of you all out. Hope this has been beneficial. Again, if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out. We're always here, 859-309-1996, or you can catch us at wellchiropractic.com. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.